number 26 says give all the terms that apply to each element. Now you got lots of terms here, and more than one of these terms can be applied to each of these elements. So the elements are divided into different categories. One way to divide them is by metal, nonmetal, or metalloid. And the periodic table that helps you do that is this one right here. This is figure 2.1. Okay, figure 2.1. The green ones are the metals, the blue are the nonmetals, and the orange ones are the metalloids. The next way to categorize the elements are by whether they are located in one of the special columns. Certain columns of the periodic table have special names. The alkali metals are in the first column, and I'll show you where those are. So the alkali metals are right here in the first column. The alkaline earth metals are the second group elements, and then you have two more groups that have special names. These are the halogens, and then those are the noble gases. So you got the halogens and the noble gases. And then finally the oh, by the way, these right here and those, there, none of the columns have special names here. Okay. The third way to categorize the elements are by whether they are main group elements, transition metals, or intertransition metals. I'll show you the periodic table that helps you do that. Not this one, not that one, this one right here. So this is figure 2.5. Now these right here and those over there, the two tall portions, are main group elements. This rectangular portion here, these are the transition metals, and then the little island out there are the intertransition metals. So let's look at each one of these elements in turn. First of all, bromine. So I'll check them off as I go. Bromine. Check. Okay, so bromine. Let's find bromine first of all. Now bromine is over here. Okay, it's over there. It's element number 35, and it's, according to this periodic table, it's one of the main group elements. Okay, the main group elements are the tall portions. These are the transition metals, and those are the intertransition metals. So using this third way to categorize the elements, bromine is a main group element. So I'm going to write main group. And then what about these pink ones? Does bromine fit any of these categories? Remember, these are the names of special columns. You have another periodic table which helps you with the special columns. This can do it, but here's another one that I've posted on La Lima. Now bromine is right here. It's in this column right here. I'll point it out to you. There it is. Okay, it's not in the last column, it's in the second to last column, right there. Okay, so the second to last column, you can see is the halogen column. Okay, the halogen column. Halogen. And then finally, the first way to categorize the elements are whether they're metal, non-metal, or metalloid. Okay, you don't see that on this one, but you see it on This one right here. This is figure 2.1 in your text. Okay, bromine is a nonmetal. The nonmetals are the blue ones. The metals are the green ones, and the metalloids are in the middle. So bromine is a nonmetal. Those are the ones up here in this right upper triangular portion. So there's bromine. It is a non-metal. Okay, so maybe a couple more. How about gold? So how about gold? Well, you probably are guessing that gold is a metal, and you'd be right. So, you know, is it a metal, non-metal, or a metalloid? Well, gold is a metal. You know, the metals are on figure 2.1. It shows us that metals are the green ones. So gold is right there, element number 79. So AU, that's gold. This is a metal. Now, what about these special columns? Is it an alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, halogen, or noble gas? Is it in one of these four special columns? Let's go back to that one that has the special columns. So here it is. So this one, alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, halogen, and noble gas. Well, gold's in there somewhere. Okay, gold's in there somewhere. It doesn't have a special column, so we cannot apply any of these pink labels to it. But the last blue labels, it's either a main group element, a transition metal, or an intertransition metal. And here on this periodic table, you can actually see that the main group elements are the tall portions. Okay, this one over here and that one over there. And then the transition metals are these gold ones. That's where gold is. And then intertransition metals, it doesn't tell us, but that's this little island out here, the lanthanide and the actinide metals. Okay, these are the intertransition metals. So gold is right there. It is a transition metal. So I'll write that transition metal. And as far as being in a special column itself, some people call it the precious metal column because you got copper, silver, gold. But I don't know of any scientific names, so I'm just going to put a line for that one. Now, how about one more? How about calcium? Calcium is right there. So is it a metal, non-metal, or metalloid? Let's write calcium. And let's, calcium's right there. Okay, it's right there. But let's go back to figure 2.1. Okay, figure 2.1 tells us metal, non-metal, or metalloid. Right? Metal, non-metal, or metalloid. The metals are green. They're on the left-hand side. And calcium's right there. Okay, element 20. So I'm going to put metal. Okay, now is it in one of these special columns, alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, halogen, or noble gas? Yes, it is. If you go to this one, which tells you the names of those pink special columns, it's an alkaline earth metal. Okay, so I'll write alkaline earth metal. And then finally, is it a main group element, transition metal, or intertransition metal? You remember what those are? The main group element, this tells you what the main group elements are. They're these guys over here and those guys over there. The transition metals are right here, and the intertransition metals are right there. So calcium is a main group element. And I'll write that. Main group element. So have a go at the other ones, cesium, silicon, chromium, and see how many labels you could apply to those.